Good morning, Torrington. I'm Eric Starkey.
And I'm Crystal Albers. It's Thursday, April 26th.
And you're watching Torrington Today.
Well, in yesterday's paper, you can read all about one of the second of three candidates for EWC's Vice President of Student Services, Boomer Appleman.
What a name.
Yes. And he had a character to go around along with it. He's from Oklahoma. We've also got Cedric Cooper is stepping down as THS principal to take the reins as middle school principal in Lincoln, Nebraska, at SCHOO Middle School. I believe that's how you pronounce it. SCHOO or SCHOO. I don't know. It's SCHOO. It looks like school without the L. So
it looks like a typo, but it's not.
Yes. Also, Pat Novak has been named Mother of the Year for Wyoming, and our editor Andy got out and interviewed her about that. A lot of people probably know her. She's been in the community a long time and great woman. So in tomorrow's paper, the third of three candidates. You can finally make your decision on who you want as the new VP of Student Services. Don Apiarius, I believe is how you pronounce that. If not, I apologize. He did a great job at his presentation on Tuesday. Also, we've got stories about the Lingle Centennial is coming up in July, so that's just barely 2 months out, and they've got a ton of things planned. Parades, car shows, volleyball tournaments, horseshoe tournaments, games.
Horseshoe tournaments.
Yep, street dance.
That's pretty cool.
So if you want to participate in any of that, there's some information in there who you can contact or just call the town of Lingle. So it's been a kind of a action-packed couple weeks.
That's for sure. In the sports section, we don't have any coverage of horseshoe tournaments, but we might be turning that around this July.
Come on, Eric.
We'll see how that pans out. That sounds pretty exciting to me. As far as the sports coverage that is in the paper, in yesterday's paper, you can read about all three track teams. They were in action last week. Lingle, Fort Laramie, and Southeast were both down in Pine Bluffs on Thursday, and Torrington went to Scotts Bluff on Thursday. So you can read about all three of those track meets, or all three of those schools at their track meets last week. You can also read about Torrington girls and boys soccer. They both hosted Douglas on Friday and went on the road to play Lander on Saturday. So you can read about all that in yesterday's paper. As far as tomorrow's paper goes, you got more track in there. Last night was the Best in the West Classic, which is kind of a prestigious meet in Scotts Bluff. It's some of the region's top competitors, so it's pretty fast times, pretty long jumps.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the top performers around the area were there, and representatives from all three local schools here in Goshen County were there yesterday, so you can read about that in tomorrow's paper. Also in tomorrow's paper, Jacob Wombolt was selected as a finalist for the football scholar athlete in Wyoming by the National Football Foundation, and he was awarded a $1,200 scholarship for that. And so he said it was nice to be recognized not only on the field but also in the classroom, and I thought it was kind of a point that we all need to kind of think about off and on, is you can only play sports for so long, but your education lasts forever. So pretty enlightening words there to start your Thursday morning off.
We're getting heavy. Well, if you're looking for some more enlightening words, this weekend we've got the Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868 honoring the spirit event. This is the first time in 150 years that the tribal nations as well as government officials have gathered at Fort Laramie since the Treaty of 1868 was signed. And that treaty, it gave made a lot of promises that weren't kept, but it did somewhat improve relations. So they're going to be hashing some things out this weekend. They've got a lot of things planned, special ceremonies, talks from state, federal, and local government officials, and then as well as the tribal nations are going to be there talking and fielding questions from the audience as well. So I know they're expecting 2,500 people and 300 horses, and they've got teepees setting up out there, people coming in all the time. So if that's interesting to you at all, it's the park is free of charge, although those specific events might cost money. Also, there's a EWC Gear Up color run this weekend. It starts at 8 at EWC. So if you're interested in supporting Gear Up and getting some color on you.
And running.
Yes, also running.
You can't just show up and get color on you.
You might be. I don't know. If you pay the entry fee, they might just give you a packet you can sprinkle on yourself if you're not in the running mood. But it's good for you, so you might as well. But there's quite a few things going on this weekend, so check out the paper and for more details. But
as far as sports go, like I've been saying for the past month or so now, we're really cranking along in this spring sports season. Torrington boys and girls soccer has their senior night games tomorrow. The girls play at 3 and the boys are at 5. So your last chance to catch the boys here in Torrington for this season. The girls have one more additional home game later this season. So last chance to get a home doubleheader for this year's girls and boys teams. As far as track goes, select Goshen County individuals will be competing at the Wyoming Track Classic in Casper. That'll be tomorrow. That was an invite only. You had to have one of the top 10 performances across the state, regardless of class. So some, like I said about last night's meet, some pretty tough competition will be up there in Casper tomorrow. As far as other track goes, Southeast and Lingo Fort Laramie will be going to Lusk on Saturday, and the entire Torrington team will be competing in Casper at the Kelly Walsh Invite on Saturday as well. As far as weather goes, I don't want to jinx us, but knock on wood, we're looking pretty good for at least the next couple of days.
Yay.
Last night at the track meet, I know it was about as perfect as you could get for a track meet. We're looking about on par for the next couple of days if you're going to if you're heading to Fort Laramie or if you're heading to a track meet this weekend. Today's high is 63 and mostly sunny. Tomorrow the wind's going to pick up a little bit, but we're up to 72. And then on Saturday we're up to 76 with a little bit more wind, maybe 15 to 20 mile an hour range. So nothing to blow you away, but something to maybe take into account. Just don't look at the high of 76 on Saturday. So
that sounds good.
Like I said, maybe we're out of winter. We'll see how it goes though.
You definitely jinxed us there.
Yep, pretty sure I did.
Although, and tomorrow's Arbor Day. I did see that Lingle's having an event up at their cemetery. So plant a tree. Or feed a squirrel and he'll plant it for you.
Well, there you have it, Torrington. I'm Eric Starkey.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
And you've been watching Torrington Today.